Hey, what's up guys? Connor Comics here. Now today we are doing a haul of 3 books, all DC for once. I know, what a surprise, because most of the time it's always Marvel. But yeah, the first book that we have here is the Nightwing Prince of Gotham Omnibus. So this collects all of the New 52 run on Nightwing, so I believe it's the first 4 volumes or 5 volumes that I collected in this run. So there's the front by Carl Higgins. Now I believe this is the only Nightwing omnibus. So this is the first for like any book that I have with Nightwing solo on his own. I'm trying to look just in case. No. So this is like my first Nightwing book in my collection. As you can see, I'm a tiny bit of the way through, so I can talk about that once I go into the artwork of my opinion so far. But yeah, that is Nightwing, the Prince of Gotham. Yeah, the first book that we have here is Nightwing, the Prince of Gotham Omnibus by Carl Higgins. There is the spine, once again the Prince of Gotham Omnibus. I find it weird that they call this the Prince of Gotham Omnibus, even though it's just all of the New 52 stuff. Even though with the Red Hood and the Outlaws, that was a New 52 Omnibus. So I don't know if they wanted to remove that saying from their books, or what's the story. But yeah, this collects the full run of Nightwing from the New 52, as you can see here. So Nightwing 0 to 30, Annual Number 1, Batman 17, Secret Origins 1, and the New 52 Valentine's Day Special. So as you can see with this one, Batman 17, I now have that issue in 4 different collections now. I have it in this omnibus, I have it in this omnibus, I have it in the original trade paperback, which is Death of the Family, and also my friend gave me this because I know how much I like the artwork, was this, which is the unwrapped version, which is literally just the artwork with no colouring. So yeah, I now have it in 4 different collections, but it is what it is. I've enjoyed the first couple of issues in here that I've read. As you can see by the bookmark, I'm close to halfway through. I think I'm like 300 odd pages in. I like the sort of spread of the action throughout. It's sort of very similar to how the layout of Red Hood and the Outlaws was. So not just sort of like box, it's very like diagonal, and you can sort of follow the action that way. But yeah, basically the first story arc is based around the circus where Grayson's family died, and then him taking on this assassin who's very similar to him in fighting style, and then sort of the different revelations that go around that. And then it also deals with him trying to invest in like a theme park, and him just dealing with like old people in his life returning, or people that he's known. Like he has a sort of on and off friendship, relationship, whatever you want to call it, in here with the actual daughter of the person who killed his parents. As you can see, it has a crossover here with the Court of Owls and Night of Owls storyline. So yeah, I've enjoyed what I've read in here. Nightwing is such a cool character, and I like one thing that is written inside this book with, like, it's Alfred and Dick are having a conversation during like an origin issue, and it's very much like that he feels bad that him growing up, he very much had the mindset of always move forward and never look back. So that's where Alfred said that there's the difference between Batman, where Batman allows his past to, he delves too much in his past and it allows him to consume him, where Dick very much just looks forward to the future. But yeah, I've enjoyed the stories so far. One thing that I did hear why I never picked them up in trade paperback was very much the fact of it seems like people said that he didn't seem to be able to actually tell the story that he wanted to tell, because he always had to like confine to a crossover, so hence Court of Owls or the Death of the Family. I have found he's been able to like put his sort of stamp on the character. The only issue that I've had so far is it seems to be like mask character, then mask character, then mask character. Because at first he had the like assassin who's similar to him. He has Lady Shiva, and now he has this sort of like organization that's after him. But yeah, as you can see at the moment, I've only just got into the Death in the Family issues. But yeah, like I've said, I've been enjoying this run so far. That is exactly where I'm at. So as you can see by the spine, just about near halfway. But yeah, I've been enjoying it so far. I know some people are like, why does this get an omnibus and not other runs? But it is what it is. So yeah, that is Nightwing, the Prince of Gotham omnibus. Now the next book that we have here is this old massive omnibus, which is Hellblazer by Garth Ennis. So I've only read up until issue 21 of Hellblazer because I have the first 3 trade paperbacks that came out collecting the Hellblazer collection. But then when I seen this omnibus existed, and Garth Ennis has done great things, because you can see just over here, the one by Garth Ennis and Steve Dillon, the same creative team here, because as you can see Garth Ennis there and Steve Dillon there, but I'll go into a bit of the artwork later. And then as you can see by the spine, it's bloody massive. And then there is the back with a shot of Constantine with a bit of blood on his shirt. So yeah, I will now jump into some of the artwork of Hellblazer by Garth Ennis. So yeah, the next book that we have here is the Hellblazer by Garth Ennis omnibus. So yeah, as I said when we were on the shelf, was I have the first 3 volumes of Hellblazer. So I have the first volume here, Original Sin, then The Devil You Know, and then The Fear Machine. So this collects up until issue 22. I enjoyed some of bits in here, and then other storylines just did not interest me. But I do have a good chunk of material here that I can dive into. Hopefully, Garth Ennis does the character. I've heard like this is a class run for the character. But when I said it's thick, like the other thickest omnibus that I probably have in my collection is the New 52. No, not the New 52, the 52 omnibus, which is probably similar in size. As you can see, there it is in comparison, like they're probably the same. So yeah, it's fucking massive. So yeah, as you can see down here, collecting Hellblazer 41 to 50, 52 to 83, and 129 to 133, Hellblazer Special Number 1, and the graphic novel Heartland. So yeah, there should be enough material in here to really get me into the crux of what this character is about. As you can see here is some Steve Dillon artwork. You would probably know this similar creative team who did the Punisher together, and also the Preacher. So yeah, all I know about the character is like he's a train smoker, very much mystic arts. His origin is that he was at like a festival and then a girl got possessed, but he was unable to save the girl, and then that's what beats him up for the rest of his life. Very much like taking on demons and the devil. So yeah, I'm looking forward to diving into this. And finally, the last book that we have here is this, the JSA, so the Justice Society of America Omnibus Volume 1. And as you can see by the writer there, Jeff Johns, which if you know anything about my channel, you know that Jeff Johns is one of my favorite DC writers. As you can see, this is another thick one, not as thick as the Constantine or the Hellblazer one. And there is the back. So yeah, so now I'm going to jump into some of the artwork. And the final book that we have here is the Justice Society of America Omnibus by Jeff Johns. As I've said before, I'm a big fan of Jeff Johns. He's worked on such runs as I talked about earlier with the Hellblazer, the 52 Omnibus. He's also worked on the likes of Superman, so I have this book by him, Superman Secret Origins. We have obviously his run on The Flash, Green Lantern, his run on Batman Earth 1, and then certain events he's done. So this one that I have, which is the 3 Jokers, his Justice League run. He's done a lot of runs on a lot of characters, and he's just a writer that any book that I pick up, I'm never disappointed, so that's why I'm looking forward to jumping into this one. So characters on here, we have the likes of Wildcat, Hourman, Stargirl, Jay Garrick Flash, what's his name? Green Lantern, it's Scott. Alan Scott, we have Hawkgirl, we have Adam Smasher, I believe that's Black Canary. I don't know much about the other characters, but yeah, this is another thick omnibus, as I said. And there's another spread of the characters on the back. That could be Rick Flag, and that is Dr. Fate. So yeah, I believe this is set around the 2000s. So I don't really know what to expect. There's Mr. Terrific. So yeah, I'm looking forward to jumping into this. I do know that like there's the Stargirl TV show. I didn't really watch it. I think I'd like tried the first couple of minutes and just couldn't really get into it, but I will try going back to it. But I do know it stars most of these characters, and obviously they had a starring role in Legends of Tomorrow, which I talked about earlier with the Hellblazer book. But yeah, I don't really know what to expect. I have heard good things about this run, so I'm going to be curious what goes on and how these character dynamics go together, like what sort of characters clash and what sort of buddies like come about it. Like with Justice League, for example, you have very much the Flash and Green Lantern are like friends, and you have the likes of like Superman and Batman clashing heads and just different dynamics like that. There's a bit of Adam, what's his name? Black Adam. So yeah, looks fun. Can't wait to jump into it. Don't know who this guy is meant to be, but sure look it like. But yeah, that is the JSA Omnibus Volume 1 by Jeff Johns. So yeah, so that is the end of the haul. As you can see, these are the 3 books that we have. So we have Nightwing, The Prince of Gotham by Carl Higgins. We then have Hellblazer by Garth Ennis, Volume 1. And then we also have the Jeff Johns JSA Omnibus Volume 1. So yeah, so tell me down below if you've read any of these runs. Obviously, like I've said, I've only gotten halfway through this book on the left here. But yeah, that is my haul for today. And as you can see, all DC. Sadly, next week when I do one, it will be all Marvel. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in another video. Peace.